Good evening, barflies and lounge lizards, and tonight we'll be discussing the brain from planet Arous from that magical year of 1957. Directed by Nathan Duran, who also did The Deadly Mantis, The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, and 20 Million Miles to Earth, The Brain from Planet Arous is an independent sci-fi film that tells the story of two scientists who are doing some science in a cave when they run across a giant, translucent, floating brain from another world. Said brain, whose name is Gore, kills one of the scientists and possesses the other. He then makes a beeline back to civilization, and the first thing he does is make out with a lady. Then he gets into a fight with a dog. From there, Gore begins a plot to take over the world, and all is right for our dashing anti-hero until a second brain from planet Arous shows up and things go all cattywampus. The film stars genre picture legend John Ager as our possessed scientist. Ager had an impressive career and an even more impressive sci-fi resume, including Tarantula, The Mole People, Attack of the Puppet People, Invisible Invaders, and probably most notably, Revenge of the Creature. At one point, he was married to Shirley Temple and also starred in the 1959 film Destination Space, which is rumored to have actually been a failed television pilot that was released as a film instead. Then we have Joyce Meadows, who, if you think about it, was actually the lead of the film, since Ager spends most of it being all possessed. Meadows was mostly a TV actress and even appeared on an episode of Men into Space, which is the show that Ager's Destination Space was allegedly produced to compete with. And finally, we have Del Tate as the uncredited voice of both alien brains. Tate was mostly a title designer and only has 2 acting credits to his name, this film and another uncredited role in Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. The effects in this one are quite good for a low-budget picture. The translucent, floaty look of the brains is quite spiffy, not to mention the great design work. Brains look neat anyways, but you throw in a pair of glowing, shifty eyes and you have something special right there. Also of note are the weird, mirrored contacts that Ager wears whilst using his evil alien brain powers. Quite effective. Now, who exactly did what is unclear, but the makeup artist on the film was the also legendary Jack Pierce, of way too many iconic films to even try to list. But a few include White Zombie, Creation of the Humanoids, a whole bunch of Universal monster movies, and of course, the most famous of all, Mr. Ed. Early in the film, we see the other scientist, Dan, reading the August 57 issue of Space Science Fiction. Boris Karloff can be seen on the back cover. Now, jumping back to the effects, the unique contact lenses worn by Ager were said to be thick and very painful. And if you look close, you can kind of tell. Now, the film was strangely poorly received at the time. Director Nathan Duran was even so unhappy with it that he had his screen credit changed to Nathan Hertz. It has since become a cult classic, but I feel for the wrong reasons. This is a solid alien possession tale, but it's kind of gotten the robot monster or Plan 9 treatment of being considered a movie so bad it's good. But spoiler alert, that is not the case. This is just a good movie, well made and entertaining with a unique alien invader. And the film has gone on to be featured in several other pieces of media as well. Clips of the movie are shown in the opening of TV comedy Malcolm in the Middle, as well as in Ernest Scared Stupid. And according to Stephen King, his novel Carrie was highly derivative of The Brain from Planet Arous, though he referred to the movie as terrible, so what's he know? And speaking of novels, segue, but the film is often compared to the Hal Clement novel Needle, first published in serial form in 1949 in Astounding Science Fiction magazine. It also tells the story of a good alien and a bad alien possessing humans. As to whether or not there is any actual connection between the film and the book, I saw no confirmation. The Brain from Planet Arous has been released on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and Laserdisc. And I give this one 3.5 shifty glowing alien eyes out of 5. This is a fun little low-budget independent sci-fi film. It does take a little bit to get going, but once it does, you are in for some good 50s sci-fi action. If you like that sort of thing, which from my views, I'm starting to get the feeling that you do. But that's all the time we have this week. Please like, comment, subscribe, and keep it shifty.
Once upon a time, as the story of Jack and the Beanstalk goes, a ferocious giant lived in a castle high in the clouds.
The giant!
So, Mrs. Giant hid Jack in the oven. Isn't this exciting?
Ho, ho, ho! Something smells good enough to eat. Mmm.
Oh, but you don't want to eat that boy.
Cook the boy, woman. Right now.
A protein-rich H.O. cooks in just 3 minutes.
3 minutes? Do your flavor good. We were pan-toasted for finer flavor before we were packed. And notice how we're all precision cut to cook up extra smooth and creamy.
And for extra quick energy and that real H.O. power, well, you know what happened.
Each of the H.O.
You frighten me when you talk like that.
It's true. I've discovered a power that the most feared man on earth. This is the closed-circuit television set focused on the test area, isn't it?
Yes.
And these buildings and equipment have been placed in the desert for destruction by the atom blast?
That's right.
Would you all kindly watch the screen? What you have just seen me do to that one small area, I can do to a city, a nation, or a continent.
Gentlemen, I'm convinced I saw him wipe out a city of concrete and steel by some power of mind. And my advice to you and to your governments is to take what this man says as a most serious matter.
Any country I have mentioned which does not have a representative here, present in this room, will find its capital city wiped out.